whole universe, everything we see, everything that matters to us today, could have arisen out of precisely nothing.
So they say that this universe came into being with a Big Bang, the Big Bang theory. Who says that? The most learned men of science, astronomers. Allah says, أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. He says, do not the unbelievers see? These atheists, these agnostics, the people who deny the existence of God, can't they see? In other words, Allah expects them to see, to be able to see, to witness. أَوَلَمْ يَرَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا أَنَّ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ كَانَتَ رَتْقًا. That the heavens and the earth were joined together as one unit of creation. فَفَتَقْنَاهُمَا. And he split them asunder. Who is he talking to? Who is he addressing? Kafir. Which kafir? The Bedouins of 1400 years ago? No. He is talking to the men of science, men of learning, who are now expounding to the world the theory of creation.
An early example comes from the great astronomer Johannes Kepler, who was obsessed with understanding a different number, why the sun is 93 million miles away from the Earth. And he worked for decades trying to explain this number, but he never succeeded. Why do we humans find ourselves on a planet at this particular distance instead of any of the other possibilities? And again, that's a question we can answer. Those planets which are much closer to a star like the sun would be so hot that our form of life wouldn't exist. And those planets that are much farther away from the star, well, they're so cold that again, our form of life would not take hold. So we find ourselves on a planet at this particular distance simply because it yields conditions vital to our form of life.
The idea of expanding universe was proposed in early 20th century by the Russian physicist Alexander Friedman and the Belgian cosmologist George Lemaitre. Through some theoretical calculations, they found that the universe is constantly in motion. And later on, in 1929, the concept was confirmed by Edwin Hubble.
And Edwin Hubble sat there at this very big telescope night after night studying the heavens. And he found that the stars are moving apart. The stars are moving apart. And he wasn't sure why, but it was clear that the stars are moving farther and farther apart all the time.
The distant galaxies were all rushing away from us, establishing that space itself is stretching, it's expanding.
Like a balloon. When you blow, it gets bigger and bigger. Something like that is happening in the skies, in the heavens. These galaxies, they're receding from us at a faster and faster speed.
That means the universe is expanding. The Quran mentioned 14 years ago in Surah Dhariyat, chapter number 51, verse number 47, that we have created the vastness of space. The Arabic word musyun means vastness or the expanding universe.